We disobeyed God. We ate what was forbidden and was driven out of Eden, so the presence of God from us was hidden. But all the while he was looking for ways in which we could be forgiven. Because how do you live without the one who makes you breathe? No, just how do you survive when you take away that which makes you thrive? Despite the fact that we rejected him, he couldn't stand to see us strive. So he gave up his life, and fell in love was his drive. Jesus, the Word of God made manifest in human form, he was blameless. Without spot or wrinkle, he was flawless. The Lamb of God that taketh away the sins of the world, and yet himself was sinless. The firstborn of all creation. He was crucified for our redemption. He became sin, him who knew no sin, for our sanctification. He was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The King of kings, mocked, ridiculed, despised, and rejected, for we esteemed him not. Who would have thought? He was poured out like water for you and I. His heart melting inside of his chest like wax for you and I. His bones coming out of joint, don't miss the point. It was for you and I. And don't get it twisted, yes, he was 100% God. But we shouldn't forget that he was 100% man too. That means that he felt the pain, he took the shame, but it wasn't in vain, because we're never the same. We can call on his name and we can be saved, we can be changed. Behold, all things have been made new. So don't tell me that you're too sinful to be accepted. Don't tell me that you've fallen too deep, that he cannot pick you up. Don't tell me about the things that you have done, because you cannot compare them to the work that was done. When he took a fall, he could have given up, but the thought of you kept him pushing, kept him pressing, kept him going. So don't tell me that you're not worthy. You see, we have been bought with a price. Now it's your turn to run the race and win the prize. Where have you fixed your eyes? We have attached a lot of value to these earthly things that are only but temporary, momentary, necessary but should be secondary. On the other hand, we have lost focus of the one and only true thing that really matters. Jesus, let him who has an ear listen to the word of the Lord. A time is coming when your money will not be able to help you, when your fame will not be able to speak for you, when your degree, your Nobel Prize, your trophy, your award, your medal, whatsoever thing that the world has crowned as the ultimate thing, will amount to but nothing. Yes, it is vanity, cannot last an eternity. The only thing that will count is if you have had a relationship with Jesus. For no one comes to the Father except through the Son. The Father loves the Son and has given all things into his hands. He who believes in the Son has everlasting life, and he who does not shall not see life, but the wrath of God abides on him. Now, I don't know about you, but as for me, my name may not be known all over the world, but as long as it's in the book of life, I'm good. For what good is it to gain the whole world, but then lose your own soul? So, what's it gonna be? The good life or the godly life? The psalmist says, teach me to number my days so that I may be wise. And please, don't tell me about YOLO, you only live once. That's deception. You will live again. And the life after this one is more real, more tangible, more permanent. It's the real deal. When I started traveling, I noticed that the airport is one of the places where you find a huge amount of people. People from all walks of life. And though we sit down together waiting, we're not boarding the same plane. Because I may be traveling east and my neighbor west. Some still may be traveling north while others south. You see, life is a journey. And just like buying tickets, you get to choose which destination you're headed for. Remember, I said people sit down together waiting, though not headed for the same destination. In the same way, salvation is personal. This is not about what person A will say or what person B will do. This is between you and God. Remember that there is a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is distraction. For narrow is the road, and small is the gate that leads to life, but the path that leads to distraction is broad. Isn't that old? But thank God, he said, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Everyone who thirsts, let him come to the waters. Come, you who have no money, come and buy without money, for I am the way, the truth, and the life.